Welcome. Do the Mayans have it right? Are we all going to perish in 2012? The most popular doomsday scenario at the moment seems to be that a sudden shift in the Earth's poles will cause superstorms wiping us all out. Well, let's see for ourselves what really is going on and how much we have to fear. Certainly talk radio and the blogosphere are teeming with so-called scientific experts talking up everybody's fears. For example,
For the Mayan calendar also predicts the end of the world as we know it, on the date that the Mayans called Hunab Ku.
On the winter solstice 2012, December 21st, the sun rises within the dark rift at the center of the Milky Way.
well, I just have one simple question. If the Mayans could see so clearly into the future, why couldn't they avoid dying off? Here's another sample of the hysteria going on out there.
We could have a total polar shift. Yet science doesn't even talk to us about this. And it's a very real possibility.
So the talk show host has got our attention, now for the expert.
Of course it is. When we go up near the Arctic Circle, we see these tectonic spectrums of north and south pole alignments in mountains and in rock that hasn't moved for hundreds of thousands of years. And guess what? Sometimes it shows the north as south and the south as north. And this is, according to the Coriolis effect, something that could occur rather quickly, like in a matter of days. The north and south poles could switch. The planet is set up to do a Coriolis flip, that the north and south poles could flip. And now, it doesn't take an atmospheric physicist to understand what's going to happen, but I'll explain it briefly.
Actually, it probably does require an atmospheric scientist, or even better yet, an astronomer, to explain. Because he just got everything completely wrong, and for the rest of the hour-long interview, runs with it. He just got the magnetic pole mixed up with the rotational pole of the Earth. They are completely different things. As he said, the magnetic field of the Earth reverses. It has done so hundreds of times with no harmful effect on life on Earth. In fact, it barely noticed it. A few birds might have gotten lost, but that's about it. The rotational axis does not reverse. Why can't the Earth flip its rotational axis like it does its magnetic axis? The answer is angular momentum. The Earth is in effect a huge gyroscope. Gyroscopes have some odd properties. As the Earth spins on its axis, it has something called angular momentum, and it would take a vast amount of energy to overcome that and flip it the other way. I estimate it would take about 3 months of the total energy output of the Sun to do so. So the Earth flipping its rotational axis is not going to happen. But what about the magnetic field? Where does that come from? The secret lies in the centre of the Earth, and we all know what is there.
We're still falling!
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the center of the Earth.
Whoa. No, not Brendan Fraser or a horde of dinosaurs, but a huge iron ball floating in a sea of molten iron. Its motions create magnetic fields. But the Earth's core is dynamic, and the fields change constantly. As a result, in the last 100 years, the Earth's magnetic pole has moved from northern Canada out into the Arctic Ocean. Go back further in time, it has moved all over the place. It now seems to be moving back to where it was 1,000 years ago. So allegedly these pole shifts prove the Mayan mythology, but it has been happening for billions of years and will continue to do so. So there is nothing new there, so let's move on to another aspect of this scary story. The Earth's magnetic field is weakening. That happens to be true, and plotted like this it looks really scary. But look at the axes more closely. The field has only weakened by 6% in the last 100 years. So to go to zero would take nearly 2,000 years. So much for the prediction of 72 hours. If we look back to the dawn of civilization, even with all that weakening, it is still well above the average for that time period. But say it should reverse. Does that leave us with no magnetic shield against the energetic cosmic rays from the Sun and the cosmos for several thousand years? The normal magnetic field of the Earth looks like this, but during a reversal it just gets more confused. It does not go away entirely. Will the effects be devastating? Well, your compass won't work anymore, but otherwise you probably won't even notice it. I'm afraid the Mayans got it wrong, and like the dinosaurs at the centre of the Earth, this is all one big fiction. These guys are just blowing so much hot air, like those geocentric dinosaurs. Ignore them. If you enjoyed this video, I've done several others on the Sun and global warming. Links to them are listed in the description box below. Keep safe. Bye for now.